Hi everyone, welcome to Reset, Path to Vengeance. The story starts now in this new life. I was the one who broke off my engagement with Jongjin in my past life. Jongjin's dying best friend asked him to take care of his sister, Gu Swayan. During college, she'd find every excuse to make Jongjin fly across the country every weekend just to be with her. The year we graduated, just as Jongjin was about to propose, she called again. I made him choose me or her. He chose me. But Gu Swayan got into trouble. She was assaulted and later developed mental illness. Jongjin hated me for the rest of his life. After I was reborn, Jongjin asked why I didn't show up at Jing University. I smiled. This time I didn't apply to Jing University, and I didn't include him in my life plan. Looking at myself in the mirror, I felt emotional, a little dazed. I was back to the moment before I filled out my college choices. Jongjin called. His tone was lazy and casual, like always. That familiar voice confirmed it. I was really reborn. Filled out your application yet? He asked. I chose computer science at Jing University. I looked at the screen. My first choice clearly showed Hongqing University. I smiled. Yeah, it's done. He gave a soft and hung up. At that time, Jongjin was traveling abroad with Gu Swayan and some friends for their graduation trip. Gu Swayan's brother was Gu Xinian, with Ku Jiaheng included. The four of them were known as the Four. They were childhood friends of Jongjin, very close. At 16, Gu Xinian died in an accident while protecting Jongjin. Before dying, he told Jongjin, "Take care of Swayan for me." Jongjin took that promise as a life mission. Jongjin and I were engaged when we were 8. We met again in high school, but his group of friends never liked me. After I submitted my college choices, I called my parents together. Mom, Dad, I don't want to go to Jing University. And I want to break off the engagement with Jongjin. My parents were shocked and confused. My mom asked, "But I thought you and Ajin were in love. Don't you like each other?" I shook my head. I realized I don't like him. Mom, we're still young. We didn't understand love when we were kids, but now I'm an adult about to enter college. I understand now. After all, the whole engagement was only because my grandpa saved Jongjin's grandpa years ago. To Jongjin's friends, I was the one who gained from this favor marriage. My mom didn't say much. She just smiled and said, "That's okay. Maybe Grandpa Jong and your grandpa were just joking. It's normal if you two don't get along. I'll let their family know." Hearing her support, I felt like a weight had been lifted. Jongjin and his group were well known at school. Good looks, great grades, rich backgrounds. Gu Swayan loved attention. Even a random post on social media would get tons of replies. Once, she posted just one photo, her and Jongjin. Ku Jiaheng quickly commented, "Wow, wow, wow, no group photo for me." Someone else replied, "Why would you third wheel a couple photo?" This time I found it funny. Last time when I saw this post I was heartbroken, but now I just found it ridiculous. Jongjin claimed he loved me. He kissed me when he couldn't hold back, but to avoid upsetting Gu Swayan, he never admitted we were together. He was afraid she'd get jealous. To outsiders, it looked like I forced him into this marriage with some old family favor. In my past life, we both went to Jing University, but even though we were on the same campus, we barely saw each other. Gu Swayan always had some excuse to pull him away. When she and Ku Jiaheng found out we were officially together, they came to Jing University from South City. Ku Jiaheng lashed out at Jongjin. "Did you forget what Xinian told you? He asked you to take care of Swayan. He didn't treat me nicely either." Jongjin had a tight schedule. Only weekends were free. Every weekend, after finishing his lab work, he'd fly straight to South City. I'd often see him appear in Gu Swayan's social media posts. Our high school classmates all thought Jongjin was so loyal and romantic. Someone even made a post on our old school forum. "Jongjin, the loyal lover from Jing No 1 High. Remember that handsome guy from last year's graduating class?" After Gu Xinian died in high school, only 3 of their 4 were left. Jongjin and Ku Jiaheng treat Gu Swayan like a little sister. She's so spoiled by them. I have her on WeChat every weekend. Jongjin flies over to see her. Who says long distance doesn't work? Reading that post, my heart sank. In 4 years of college, Jongjin never missed Gu Swayan's birthday, but he always forgot mine. My roommates never even met him. Until graduation that summer, I asked him to go to the beach with me. His face looked torn. He said, "Zhaoxia, I already promised Swayan and Jiaheng. They're going abroad with me for vacation. Next time, okay?" He gently held my chin and kissed me. His eyes were clouded with desire. I pushed him away and wiped my tears, trying hard not to cry. I said, "Okay." He said, "After we graduate, let's get married, okay?" I nodded, "Okay." At graduation, he proposed to me. Gu Swayan saw something online. She called Jongjin, crying. "Jongjin," she said, "do you not want me either?" I saw hesitation in Zhang Jin's eyes. He looked at me, the joy of being proposed to vanished instantly. I stared at him and said slowly, Zhang Jin, choose her or me. He stood tall in his suit, calm and cold like a movie hero in the sunset. Then he smiled, tilted his head and said, Chun Zhaoxia, I want to marry you. He hung up. I heard Kejiaheng mutter a curse under his breath. Then he pulled me into his arms. I thought Zhang Jin would finally be on my side from now on. But my happiness lasted less than 8 hours. At 2 a.m. Zhang Jin's phone rang non-stop. Kejiaheng called, so did Sueon's parents. Even Zhang Jin's parents. Kejiaheng called me too. Chun Zhaoxia, you're disgusting, he snapped. Tell him Sueon's in trouble, let him figure it out himself. Sueon had gotten drunk and rushed to Beida overnight. She was assaulted, she had a breakdown. I saw the light in Zhang Jin's eyes fade. His hands trembled holding the phone. His eyes turned red. Then he looked at me. In that moment, the love in his eyes disappeared. I knew it. He regretted choosing me. He rushed out and caught the next flight to Nanchang. After that, he hated me. He ignored me when Kejiaheng bullied me. He stayed silent when Sueon's parents cursed me. He looked away. On the 5th year, both Sueon and I were rushed to the ICU. 2 surgeons asked at the same time, who's the patient's family? Zhang Jin walked to Sueon's side. She got the transplant first. I died that year, in the moment before death. My whole life flashed before my eyes. Zhang Jin regretted it and so did I, but luckily I got a second chance. He came back from overseas for a reunion. When someone asked which college I picked, I smiled. There are only a few schools. Really? The gossip started immediately. Zhang the genius must have picked the same school as Sueon, right? Kejiaheng replied. Of course, the 3 of us are going to the same college. Zhang Jin glanced at me as he drank water. There was a faint smile on his lips. I looked away. Chatting with someone else, Sueon was always the center of attention. Boys, girls, everyone liked her. Now that we're adults, no one avoids romance topics. Someone suggested playing Truth or Dare. The class president smiled. If you lie during truth, your college app will glitch. Everyone laughed and agreed. Just like in my last life, Zhang Jin's turn came. Do you have a girlfriend? The class president asked. He casually replied, no. In my past life we'd been dating for a month by then, but he didn't admit it. He didn't want to upset Sueon. Then it was my turn. I lost and picked truth. Do you like someone? They asked. Sueon added. Is someone here the one you like? I felt someone staring at me. I didn't look. I knew. It was Zhang Jin. Everyone waited for my answer. I said no. The class president teased. Swear it or your college application crashes. No one jokes about college, someone said. Zhang Jin frowned. Enough, he said coldly. Sueon pressed on. Swear it? I looked at her, then met Zhang Jin's eyes. I swear if I'm lying, I'll fail my college entrance exam. No dream school for me. The guy behind me sighed. Damn, our top girl really likes no one. There goes my shot. She's untouchable. Zhang Jin shot him a glare. I said nothing, just smiled. When it was almost over, I went to the restroom. Zhang Jin was leaning lazily on the railing. He smiled. Chun the genius, no one you like, huh? So what am I? I wiped my hands, pretending not to get it. You're a person, obviously. Suddenly he pulled me into his arms. I frowned. Let go, people are watching, he chuckled. No one here you like. What about me? I looked him in the eye. You said you don't have a girlfriend either. Let go first. The more I struggled, the tighter he held me until Sueon's voice rang out. He let go right away. I couldn't help but smile to myself. Zhang Jin, your so-called love is cheap. Sueon gave me a cold snort. Then she looked at Zhang Jin with sparkling eyes. Ah, Jin, she said, waving to her friends. You guys go ahead, I'll leave with him. She hooked her arm around his naturally. I glanced at their linked arms. A girl next to me tugged on my sleeve. Ugh, I'm not watching this show. Let's go, Zhaoxia. Sueon giggled. Hee hee. On our way back, the girl sighed. Why didn't my teen years have 3 hot guys fawning over me? Just one boyfriend like Zhang Jin and I'd be happy. Life is so unfair. I smiled but said nothing. Before the college application deadline, Kejiaheng asked to meet me at a cafe. He looked at me and asked, did Ajin tell you which university he's going to? In my last life, Zhang Jin secretly applied to Beijing University, afraid he'd be taken by Gu Sueon. I lied and said he chose South City University, but this time I said, he's going to Beijing University. Kejiaheng looked shocked for a second, then he said, Chun Zhaoxia, be smart. The bond between the 4 of us isn't something you can break. Shernyan never liked you. Sueon and I don't like you either. Even if you're with Ajin, we'll never support you. How funny. I raised my brows and asked, why do I need you 4 to like me? Does your approval make my life any better? He was speechless, face turned red. I left right after. On the day of college registration, I was at the airport waiting for my flight. Law at Harbor City University is a top program. It was my dream school. After my scores came out, admissions offices kept calling. Beijing University called, Harbor City called too. Harbor City gave the best offer. While Zhang Jin was vacationing in the Maldives with Gu Xuan, I met with Harbor City's admissions rep. I toured the campus. From that moment on, I started planning carefully. I didn't want love to mess up my life. Besides, Zhang Jin was never the right one for me. When I landed, Harbor City staff picked me up. The sun was bright. I suddenly teared up. Then Zhang Jin called. He sounded a little panicked. I'm at registration. Why didn't I see you? I could hear Gu Xuan urging him in the background. I smiled and said, Zhang Jin, I didn't apply to Beijing University. There was no Beijing University on my list, and no Zhang Jin in my life plan. It was noisy on his end. He probably didn't hear me. Gu Xuan called out again, Jin, hurry up. Zhang Jin chuckled softly. Coming. Click, he hung up. I didn't care if he heard me or not. The road splits. He goes south, I go north. There's no Zhang Jin in my future. And honestly, college life without him way better than I imagined. After school started, I barely thought about high school. By week 1, I'd already adjusted. Zhang Jin called me. I didn't answer. Then he called with a new number. I picked up. Chun Zhaoxia, he said. Where are you? Let's eat. It was already 8 p.m. I said. I already ate. It's too far, maybe next time, he replied, confused. No need to wait, tomorrow works, I said. I have a full day of classes tomorrow. Just then my roommate called out, Zhaoxia, who are you on the phone with? I answered, just a high school classmate. Zhang Jin laughed and said, Chun Zhaoxia, who hugs and kisses their classmates. I didn't respond, just hung up. Sometimes I'd still see updates about him on Gu Xuan's social media. She often shared photos or posts. She had a decent number of followers because of Zhang Jin's identity. She never posted his full face or name. Fans would comment, Anin, your Jay must be super handsome. You two must be childhood sweethearts, so sweet. Gu Xuan would reply vaguely, yeah, he's cute. One day, some high school alumni found her post. They shared it in our alumni forum. Gu Xuan became the envy of many teenage girls. Even though her brother passed away, she still had 2 brothers protecting her. Everyone in the forum was jealous of her. During the short National Day break, I flew back to the capital. Zhang Jin waited outside my house. You wanted to see the sea, right? Let's go. I turned him down. Zhang Jin, I don't want to anymore. He frowned. The next day, he came again. I knew he wouldn't give up easily. Then I remembered, in my last life, he also asked me out during this break. But we didn't go. Because Gu Xuan got sick. I smiled and said, sure. The next day, just like before, Gu Xuan fell ill. Right before boarding time, Zhang Jin called me. Zhaoxia, something came up, I can't go. Good thing I never packed. Gu Xuan stayed sick through the whole holiday. I flew back to Harbor City. I thought we were done. But then I joined the school debate team. We made it to the national finals. The finals were at Beijing University. On the way there, my teammate Zhou Yu asked, Zhaoxia, you're from Beijing, right? I nodded, yeah. She got excited and showed me her phone. Then you must have heard about Gu Xuan, Jay, and Kejaheng. I'm so jealous. Just a few days ago, I added Gu Xuan on Weibo. She's also at Beijing University. I'm hoping to meet her during this debate trip. I smiled but said nothing. Zhou Yu kept talking excitedly. Look how close she is with those 2 boys. It's a pity her brother passed away. Imagine having 3 brothers who adore you. Yeah, sounds pretty lucky. To be someone who guys always choose over their girlfriend. Zhang Jin and I made a deal before. If we didn't get into the same university, we'd break up. So the moment I chose my school, we were already done. Whether we went to the same school or not didn't matter. He'd still choose Gu Xuan over me. At HKU, my life was pretty fulfilling. One day, Zhou Yu came to me and said, Xia, can you do me a favor? We're short 1 girl for our group mixer. You're good looking. Can you be our pretty face? I was about to say no, but then she sweet-talked me. I'll save you a front row seat for every 8 a.m. class and buy you breakfast for a month. I chuckled. Make it a whole semester. She laughed. Deal. The night of the mixer, Zhou Yu was like a cheerful little sun. I was more like an ice sculpture beside her. I sipped my drink quietly and smiled now and then. Honestly, I was getting sleepy. We took a big group photo at the end. Finally, it was over. On the way back, I got a call from Zhang Jin again. His voice was a bit hoarse. Zhaoxia. It's been a while. We haven't seen each other yet. A new Western restaurant just opened near campus. You're free tomorrow night, right? I'll take you there. Before I could say no, I heard other voices. Jean, let's go, someone said. We've been waiting forever. Another added. Gu Xuan said. Yeah, I'm starving. I quietly laughed to myself. Zhou Yu asked me, who was that? You're always on the phone. Feels like you get calls every day. I said. No one. Just an old high school classmate asking where I ended up. She didn't push it. Back at the dorm, I glanced at the calendar. The day after tomorrow was Jongjin's grandmother's birthday, but we had already broken off our engagement. Our families weren't close beyond us, so I didn't plan to attend her 70th birthday celebration. On the day of her birthday, Jongjin called. My grandma's birthday, aren't you coming? I frowned. Didn't he know we were no longer engaged? Jongjin. Just wish her a happy birthday for me. I'm not going, it's inconvenient. He asked. What's inconvenient? You're my girlfriend. My heart skipped a beat when I heard that. Jongjin, I'm in Hong Kong. I can't make it back. He paused, then said, okay. I hung up and headed to the library with my things. When I got tired of studying, I checked my phone. Gu Suan posted a photo with Jongjin's grandmother on her moments. Someone commented, meeting the family. She replied, not really. I've met them long ago, we grew up together. I scoffed. Gu Suan always loved to remind me how her brother helped Jongjin. The four of them had grown up together. I never had a place in that group. I first met Jongjin when I was 8. That was the year my grandpa saved his grandpa's life. Our families arranged a childhood engagement. We even bowed to heaven and earth together. When I'm bored, reading Gu Suan's posts is actually kind of funny. She loves posting things to show off her territory. But I don't care about her and Jongjin anymore. Then suddenly that group photo from the mixer went viral. Someone dug up my college entrance exam results. HQ genius girl tied for first place in the exam, 698 points, top science student. Wow, she's smart and beautiful. Please, does anyone have her contact info? Seeing all this gave me a headache. Just when I was stressed about these trending posts, Jongjin suddenly called me again. Chen Zhaoxia, come downstairs. I froze. Jongjin. I'm not in Beijing, he said. I know. I'm at HKU. I was confused until I heard the HKU campus broadcast in the background, and then I saw him. He stood out from the crowd, easy to spot. He looked lonely, his eyes dim, head lowered. I walked up and called out, Jongjin. What are you doing here? His voice trembled, but he tried to stay calm. Chen Zhaoxia, I'm your boyfriend. Why didn't you tell me you weren't applying to Beijing U? I took a step back. Jongjin, not anymore. We don't have anything to do with each other now. He smiled bitterly. I never said we broke up. I nodded, true. But we agreed if we didn't end up at the same university, it meant breaking up. I told you I was coming to HKU, you must have forgotten. Maybe you missed it on the call because Gu Suan was talking beside you. But it's fine now, you know. He frowned, struggling to stay calm. Why? We had an agreement. Because I didn't want to repeat the same mistakes. I didn't want anything to do with him again. I looked at him and said, Jongjin. There's no place for you in my future. He looked into my eyes, so clear, so determined. There was no emotion in them, not even love, when I said, there's no place for you in my future. His whole body stiffened, his heart was clearly shaken. He looked panicked, even if he tried to hide it. I saw the shock on his face, but soon he forced himself to stay composed. He raised an eyebrow and stared straight at me, playful. Chen Zhaoxia, did you forget? We were engaged as kids. We even bowed to heaven and earth. I laughed. Jongjin, it's not the old days. A verbal promise doesn't mean anything, no paperwork, nothing official. He stared at me, lips twitching like he wanted to say something, but right then his phone rang, right on cue, like a preset NPC event. I bet it was Gu Suan calling again. His face darkened a little. He picked up the phone and gave a quiet, yeah. A panicked voice came through. She was crying. Where are you? I'm scared, some guy's following me. Then I heard Kajashing's voice. Jongjin, come back now. Jongjin suddenly looked up. The color drained from his face, his eyes turned dark, unreadable. The moment he looked at me, I saw emotion surging in his eyes. Then he turned and left, without a word. Gu Suan was in trouble again. I felt nothing, just turned around and walked back to the dorm. Half an hour later, I got a message from Jongjin. Wait for me. I'll come to see you next time. I smiled. Next time? There won't be a next time. Gu Suan will keep him busy. On the day of the finals, our debate team flew to Beijing University. I knew the place well. During the match, I saw Jongjin and his two friends sitting in the crowd. They stood out, especially Jongjin. He was tall, handsome, hard to miss. Zhou grabbed my arm excitedly. Holy crap, that must be Jay. He's so hot, so recognizable. I had lived 2 lives already. Jongjin no longer stirred any feelings in me. Right before the debate started, we locked eyes for a second. I quickly looked away. After it ended, I saw him waiting under the stage, hands in his pockets. I avoided him and left through another door. Only students from this school would know there were 2 exits. He didn't catch me but he called, "I saw you," he said. "I saw you too," I replied. "Xiaoxia, can we talk just once face to face?" I agreed easily. I knew one thing: if I spent more than half an hour with him, Gu Xuan would show up. We walked side by side. Zhou Yu looked at me, shocked. "Xiaoxia, you guys know each other?" A student from Hong Kong University asked nosily. "Xiaoxia, is that your boyfriend?" I smiled and shook my head. "No, just a high school classmate." Once I said that, no one thought it was strange anymore. After all, running into old classmates always feels like seeing familiar faces. Zhang Jin didn't look too happy. Once we stepped out of the hall, he asked, "Why didn't you admit it?" "I'm your boyfriend," I reminded him calmly. "We broke up," he said. "But we have a childhood engagement." I chuckled. "Exactly, just childhood, we're adults now." Right then, we ran into his roommate. I remembered him from my past life. He asked, "Jean, is this your girl?" Sure enough, Gu Xuan showed up. Zhang Jin was about to nod but changed his mind when she appeared. "Don't joke," he said. Gu Xuan pouted. "Can you not make fun of him like that? Don't you know about me and Jean?" His roommate scratched his head, awkward. "Sorry." She clung to Zhang Jin. "I have a checkup this afternoon." He hesitated and looked at me. I said, "It's fine, go if you need to. Let's meet another time." I turned to leave. He grabbed my hand, his eyes soft, almost pleading. "Wait for me, I'll be right back." I didn't reply. Gu Xuan brushed past me and said smugly, "Chan Xiaoxia. As long as I'm an option, he'll never choose you." I didn't take the bait. I don't need Zhang Jin to choose me because I won't choose him either. That evening, we flew back to Hong Kong University. After landing, I saw I had many missed calls, all from Zhang Jin. I didn't call back around midnight. It started snowing in Hong Kong. The campus turned white. It was the first snow. Students ran outside to see it. Zhou Yu suddenly asked me, "Xiaoxia, are you sure you and Jay are just high school classmates?" I ran into Gu Xuan. "She's not like how people describe her online. She kept saying bad things about you, so annoying." I frowned. "Why are you asking?" She hesitated, then pointed downstairs. "They say there's someone standing like a statue staring at the dorm. I think it's Jay." I sighed. This was getting out of hand. I went downstairs, stood behind him and said, "Zhang Jin." He turned and hugged me tightly. For some reason he was crying. His eyes were red and tears fell onto my shoulder. His voice trembled. "Chan Xiaoxia. Thank God you're alive." Then came something unexpected. "Let's get engaged now, please." I pushed him away. "You came all this way just to say that. Go back, don't keep Gu Xuan and Kajiaxing waiting." His phone rang again. He didn't even look, just hung up. No doubt it was Gu Xuan. I said, "Go, don't let her worry. If anything happens to her, it's not on me." "Oh, and you know why she showed up at Beijing University?" I told her. He looked at me, eyes red and wet. "Chan Xiaoxia, I choose you. Please don't leave me." My heart skipped a beat. I looked up at him. That line, it was too familiar. "Zhang Jin," I said, "you don't need to choose me. You're not even an option anymore." He froze, his whole body stiffened. In our last life he said the same thing when he proposed. I asked him to choose between us. He said he chose me, but in the end he regretted it. I took a deep breath and calmed myself. "Zhang Jin, it's late, I need to go back," he said. "I had a dream. We were getting married, but Gu Xuan got hurt. She lost her mind. And I treated you horribly. You both got hurt, and because I hated you I chose her. Then you died." My eyes trembled. "Zhang Jin, that wasn't a dream." He froze, panic flashing across his face. "In our last life," I said, "you chose Gu Xuan. So in this life, I'm done with you." His pupils shrank. He stood there, shaken, unable to calm down. When Gu Xuan called again, he turned off his phone. He leaned down, eyes filled with pleading. His voice was low and rough. "Xiaoxia, I regret it. Zhang Jin, I don't. My future doesn't include you." Later on, every weekend, I would see Zhang Jin waiting either at the dorm entrance or the school gate, and every time I ignored him. I texted him, "You're annoying. I don't want to see you. You're good at pretending, it disgusts me." He replied with a voice message, "Just let me see you one last time, I promise I won't bother you again." At the cafe, "Speak, Zhang Jin." He paused, choosing his words carefully. "I know you probably don't want to hear this, but I never liked Gu Xuan. If I did, I wouldn't have agreed to our arranged engagement. I took care of her because I felt guilty. Her brother died saving me. His last words were asking me to look after her. My mental state was already messed up, same as in the last life, so I kept tolerating her. Every time I saw her I thought of Gu Xinian. He died for me. I couldn't stop feeling guilty. In our past life something happened to her and I broke down. I only realized it after you died. When I saved her at the hospital I felt like I could finally let go. Her mental illness was fake. She lied about being assaulted. It was mutual. When I found out, I just felt relieved, like I had paid my debt. I nodded. But I don't love you anymore. I get it now, you can go. His eyes dimmed, the bitter smile on his lips never reached his eyes, his Adam's apple moved, his voice was hoarse, he said just one word, okay. I won't bother you again. Zhang Jin didn't show up openly after that, but I still noticed him. Sometimes at night, coming back to the dorm, I'd catch a glimpse of him in the dark. I pretended not to see. New Year, winter break, at a party. I ran into Zhang Jin again. He asked his parents to greet mine. My parents smiled. That's all in the past, the engagement's off now. There's no connection between the families anymore, but the old men still have some ties. You don't need to be so polite. Zhang Jin's face fell. The engagement is off? His mother nodded. Yes, after the college entrance exams, Zhao Xia came with her parents and called it off. He looked at me, eyes slowly turning red. His mom was surprised. Didn't you like Suan? I always saw you protecting her. We moved to a private room. He stared at me, voice dark. So you gave up on me back then? I answered honestly, yes. From that moment, you were no longer in my plan. Don't hold me back anymore. Gu Suan searched for a long time before finally finding us. She pouted. Ah Jin, what are you doing here? Zhang Jin gently removed her hand from his. Suan, men and women shouldn't hold hands like this. Let go, she said. But I like you. Did you forget what my brother told you before he died? Zhang Jin snapped. That's enough, Gu Suan. Even if I owed your brother, I've repaid it. He went to a dangerous place. I followed to try and save him. He died protecting me. Stop using him to manipulate me. Jiaheng was stunned. You mean he went there first and you followed? Zhang Jin nodded. Yeah, Suan panicked, shouting. But he told you to take care of me. Zhang Jin stayed cold. I'll say it again. I've done enough for you. Stop trying to guilt trip me. I left after that in my senior year. I gave up grad school here and decided to study abroad. I was busy preparing everything all through college. I could sense someone was always there. That person was Zhang Jin. In the last year, a flasher appeared near our school. He had been around for 4 years. Girls in the dorm were terrified. In the 4th year, he was finally caught. Zhou Yu and I had just returned to the dorm. She looked at her phone and yelled, oh my god, that was close. Xia, the path we just took, there was a pervert. But they caught him. Later, Zhang Jin made the university's trending news. And the local news too. Hashtag a student from Jing University stopped a flasher near HKU. He's in a coma now, someone asked. Why was a Jing Uni student near HKU? Another replied. He likes a girl at HKU. I saw the comment and quietly laughed. Zhang Jin refused all interviews after waking up. He called me. I said, thanks for stepping in. He said, you don't need to feel guilty. I would have helped anyone. But it just so happened that I protected the girl I love. Zhao Xia, I really regret it. Even if I had a second chance, I still didn't choose you and lost you again. I'm useless, but I really did love you. Zhang Jin had PTSD since Gu Shernyan's death. Survivor's guilt. He only just got diagnosed. He tried to make up for it by caring for Suan. He's in therapy now. I didn't go see him. I got on the plane and left the country. I want to become a lawyer who speaks for the people. Some people online say I'm cold. Suan curses me for having no heart. But I don't feel that way. I just made a choice and I chose my future. Besides, Zhang Jin was never part of my plan, only my career was. What do you think of this story? Feel free to leave a comment below if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.